What is going on, my ODSTs? It's Perplexality here to bring you another chapter of The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It's a famous strategy book, and we're going to be looking at chapter 12, Attacking by Fire. And this is actually written really for the time. It talks a lot about using fire as a mode of attack, so we're going to be using fire really as a metaphor for being able to attack and the opportunity to attack, because that'll be able to give us information. But a lot of it's going to be skipped. Even though it is already a short chapter, but we're going to jump right into it. So he starts off in saying in line 2, in order to carry out an attack, we must have the means available. The material for raising a fire should always be kept in readiness. And when I say means for raising a fire, I think it means the means of attacking. Having positions and power weapons, stuff like that, you always want to have those and be ready to make a pull for a flag and wait for the opportunity to arise itself. Because even if you don't plan on pushing quite yet, you still want to be ready in case you have the chance to. And he says, in attacking with fire, one should be prepared for 5 possible developments. And we're going to look at 3 of these, because the other 2 don't really apply. He says, when fire breaks out inside an enemy's camp, respond at once from an attack without. So basically he's saying that if fire breaks out within an enemy's camp, it's going to cause chaos, right? So if you see that the enemies are chaotic, the enemy team is chaotic in Halo, or like they have a lot of guys dead or something, or they're just in a bad position, take advantage of this opportunity that arises and immediately seize it before they have the ability to do something about it. So basically he's saying, as opportunity arises, make sure you grasp it. He says in number 2, which is actually number 3 in the book, he says, when the force of the flames has reached its height, follow up with an attack from without, if it is practical. If not, stay where you are. He's saying basically that if you ever get to the position where it's reaching the height of opportunity, where you have the best opportunity to go for it, always follow up with a second attack to keep them back and keep them at bay if you're able to. And if not, just go ahead and sit back where you were and don't make another push on. But it's a great way to gain positions, weapons, or even objectives if you make a secondary attack and kind of keep them pushed back. And he says in number 4 in this, which is the third one we're going to look at, is that it is possible to make an assault from fire. If it is possible to make an assault with fire from without, do not wait for one to break out within, but deliver your attack at a favorable moment. So he says that you don't want to wait necessarily for the opportunity to arise if you have the ability to push. Go ahead and push if you have everything set up. So let's say like maybe all the enemies aren't down. Go ahead and start killing them and get ready to make a push. Because that's what's going to be favorable for you. We're actually going to jump down to line 15. He says, unhappy is the fate of one who tries to win all his battles and succeed in his attacks without cultivating the spirit of enterprise. For the result is waste of time and general stagnation. And enterprise basically meaning opportunity. So he's saying it's bad for someone not to utilize opportunity as it arises. Whenever you find the opportunity, you definitely want to utilize it to the best of your ability, because that is what helps you really win. You can be ready and everything, you can have things prepared, but if you never seize the opportunities as they arrive, you're not going to go anywhere. Hence the saying, the enlightened ruler lays his plans well ahead, the good general cultivates his resources. Basically saying that the person who lays his plans ahead has something prepared for a future, but you also cultivate your resources in case something should arise and be able to take it on full force. Move not unless you see an advantage. Use not your troops unless there is something to be gained. Fight not unless the position is critical. So basically what he's saying on that line is very important. He's saying that always make a move for the objective or the overall goal of the game. You never want to have just a useless fight just for the sake of having a fight. So let's say like you're in flag. You always want to be making a move for an objective, for a position, for a power weapon. You never just want to jump right in there and just start killing guys on the side of the map, because that's doing nothing for your team. Always try and do one of those 3 things and get an opportunity for your team to arise. No ruler should put troops into his field merely to gratify his own spleen. No general should fight a battle simply out of pique. And basically that's elaborating on what we just said. It's saying you don't want to fight just for the sake of fighting. Whenever you do fight, it has to be for an opportunity. And he goes a little bit more into it in these next few lines. If it is to your advantage, make a forward move. If not, stay where you are. So he's saying that you only ever want to be moving when it poses an advantage to you. And if you don't have an advantage, there's no need to push out much further. So again, it's an elaboration on that line. Anger in time may change to gladness. Vexation may be succeeded by content. But a kingdom that has once been destroyed can never come again into being, nor can the dead ever be brought back to life. Hence, the enlightened ruler is heedful, and the good general is full of caution. This is the way to keep the country at peace and an army intact. So basically, he's saying that if you want to keep everything in peace and intact, you definitely want to be not wasting your resources. Use them all in one good push for the objective. And you'll be successful. And that's pretty much all we have time for. That's the end of the chapter. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Please remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and look out for chapter 13, the last chapter. It's been an honor doing this series with you. I hope you guys will check it later. ODST, out.